Our, thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. This is the West University Historic Zone Advisory Board meeting for November 12th, 2025. We'll get started by doing a call to order and roll call. James Block.
Present.
Present. Lou Specknagel.
Present.
Greg Stoner.
Present.
Present. Rachel Sarah, I believe is not present.
Here.
Rachel, hi. Perfect.
Hey.
Let me just get my little thing that shows me who all the participants are. All right. And Rick McDonald present. So we have a quorum. If I may just real quickly go down my list here. So I see Alex. Alex, who do you represent?
He is for the first item.
Yeah,
First item.
for the
Okay.
Speedway property.
Alex.
I'm the design professional.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And Mark,
Yes,
who
sir.
do you represent?
I represent my father. He's the owner of 833 North 4th Avenue.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I'm just making a couple of quick notes here. AJOUZ. That covers everybody. All right. So we have a quorum. Has everyone had an opportunity? I hope everyone's had an opportunity to review the LAR from our last meeting. If I could have a motion to approve.
So moved. Jim Glock.
Jim, thank you very much. Do I have a second?
Rachel
Seconded.
Sarah, I second. Oh,
I think
sorry,
Rachel
Lou.
beat, yep, no, Rachel. Right, but I'll take Rachel. I have a motion, a second. All in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Oh, okay, perfect. 0 aye, so moved as approved. Call to the audience. Michael, do we?
None, Mr. Chair.
Okay, no call to the audience. I propose that we defer item 4 on the agenda to after the reviews, if everyone's okay with that. Let's get the reviews out of the way and then we can have a discussion on the item 4. So
Okay.
given that, okay. So given that, we are at item 5A, SD 0825-00128. And Alex, I think it's over to you.
Alex, let me make you the co-host so you can share your screen, please.
Okay.
You should be able to share your screen now, Alex.
Nope, that's not the right one. Go back. What is it? How do I get to?
You have to stop sharing and then reshare.
Yeah, I
And
see
click.
that. Where's the? Maybe it's on this one still. There you go. All right. So, all right. You guys can see it now? The site plan?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're looking to propose here is a duplex. It's pretty simple. We're kind of sticking with the basics on this thing. So it's going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on one side, and then a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on the other. The approximate total square footage is around 2,100, with one being around 12, one being around 800 square feet. We're sticking with your standard stucco system. It's going to be a pitch roof shingle. I think we're doing 8-feet ceilings on this one. We're going to be creating a new entry off of 7th because for whatever reason, it doesn't have an entry, depressed curb to access the lot. And vinyl windows. So there's nothing too particular in this one except for just its size and the fact that it's a duplex. I mean, we're really keeping this cost efficiently is what we're trying to do. Trying to get to my other tab. Do you have any questions?
Alex, I think during my review process, I had mentioned that West University does not accept vinyl windows.
Doesn't accept, I'm sorry, say what?
That is prohibited. Vinyl windows are prohibited by the West University design guidelines.
Okay. Yeah, let me
I-
see what did I
I-
last put on my narrative? I might have updated my narrative on that too then. Yeah,
Well, I can tell you
So
that
that-
what we were given, the drawings do not
Yep.
reflect an update.
okay. Yeah, we can definitely make sure to notate that. So I mean, in the end, are we able to do aluminum with wood clad, or is that what you guys would prefer? Because typically that's what you guys want, right? The wood clad looking windows.
We're, our guideline, well, you say wood clad, you meant metal clad wood.
Okay.
The
All right, yeah, I can
cladding,
notate that.
yeah, the metal cladding is over wood is acceptable in our guidelines.
Just have to do the wood windows. Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm not sure, I was looking at the guidelines and I'm not sure how clear we are on this. So for board comment, all the windows are sliders, which we typically don't allow. As opposed to double hung, single hung, casement. Board comments on that?
That is what the design guidelines call for.
Yeah.
Does it specify for new build versus existing?
For new
I didn't
build,
see
what I
that.
read, yeah, for what I read, for new build, you have to show what's predominant in the development zone.
Okay,
So Alex, I did not see evidence of a lot of, or any sliders in the development zone. Is it a problem for your client to do casement or double hung or single hung windows?
Not at all. No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more consistent, I believe, with our historic zone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay.
And I think, you know, you've got a couple of windows, three, I guess, looking at that drawing you got in front of us right now that are in bathrooms that are shown as 1 foot by 2 foot sliders. Obviously, that would be problematic as a single hung.
Yeah.
But also could just be, we're also okay in general with, shoot, I don't remember what the term is.
Awning.
But
Awning or hopper windows, I think is, they open,
Yeah.
basically, they swing open from the top or the bottom. Rather than the sides like a door.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. We might even just nix them. I mean, it's not required. It's only required if we don't have that ventilation, which we're gonna have it in there regardless. So,
And you can also just have a window that's non-functional, that's just a sheet
Yeah.
of glass. What was the other term, Rachel? Hopper?
Yeah, so hopper and awning, so it's like if you think about like an awning opens, the hinges at the
Mhm.
top and it opens
Yep.
up like an awning. Hopper opens from the bottom. And so it opens, so it could, it almost would like catch rain or something like that.
not used much anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm glad, I'm just writing that down for myself. Yeah, so if we could just not have sliders, I think that would really be better.
yeah, I mean, in the bedroom, what I'll do is all the bedrooms will get single hunts for sure. And then we'll probably just make a picture in the living room And then I'll talk with the owner about either nixing or just making it a picture in the bathroom. So see what they want to do.
Okay. Or as Rachel said, or you could do an awning.
Yeah. And I think the single hunks just look nicer, so. Okay.
And then did you say what the doors are made of, the exterior doors?
There's actually a detailed schedule on the doors, if you just kick down to that, Alex.
Yeah, they're all gonna be solid wood doors, is what we're proposing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the schedule, yeah, and it also,
Yeah.
every one of those things says wood.
great.
And same with the trim.
And then so you said asphalt shingles, stucco finish.
Yeah,
Is
and
there any
top of
other-
pitch is 13 feet, I believe.
Okay. Can you go to the elevation sheet again?
And we are proposing to put the AC units on the roof.
Is it me or are the elevations a little mixed up? I'm looking at a north elevation that looks like the west elevation. Am I reading this wrong?
No, you're 100% correct, because it should be the north side is on this side. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
That
And
north
then,
should be east. Good catch. I didn't even know.
and then east is south and south is west and west is north. Okay.
Yeah, I have them rotated wrong.
Okay, and what sheet is that, Alex? Well, you have that. I
A
can't-
2.1. Oh, no, excuse
Correct.
me.
A 2.0.
A3.0.
A 3.0. Okay, got it.
And are the doors just slab doors? Do they have any,
So I let the
pattern to
clients
them?
pick. Yeah, I always just state decorative. So that way we don't at least do flush, but I don't get
Mhm.
detailed into it. So we can definitely put more detail if you want, but I do call out for it to be decorative doors.
I think the doors facing the street,
7th.
is it Seventh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I'm not crazy about slab doors. I would prefer that there be some lights on the top. I mean, I don't know what the board, other members think. Again, trying to be consistent with the look of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think we would want to see what the elevation is, just to reiterate what Rick said, so that we know that it's gonna fit in. Because decorative can go a lot of ways.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I can
So
have them
Alex, I'm not
pick
sure
the
I have a
pick.
problem with slab doors that aren't visible from the street, but I think, you know, if you look around the neighborhood, all the doors that are street facing have small windows, lights on the very top. They don't have to be, you know, floor to ceiling, but just the top in some pattern. And we typically, and I would say, we can make comments to suggest that in our recommendations, but when you get to PRS, the next level, you should really show, as Rachel said, but an actual, here's what I'm proposing.
Yeah, no, I'll get the client to pick one and we can drop it on there. No problem.
Well, my big issue, sadly, is the parking in the front and then access off of 7th Avenue. Our design guidelines don't allow parking in the front. And we generally like to, and I don't, this isn't in our design guidelines, but if you go around the neighborhood, we don't like necessarily seeing new driveways or curb cuts. We prefer, if you have an alley, to use the alley for access to any parking that you have.
Okay.
And Yeah, that sadly, that kind of really screws up things for me. By my comment. I don't know what the other board members
what-
think, but that's a concern to me. But
Yeah.
I'll defer to the board on commenting.
That's a good question. I'm sorry, so I know there's an alley to the south. Is there an alley to the west?
No,
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 that's street,
yeah.
7th Street.
I'm sorry, to the east. I apologize. To
no,
the
it's
east.
a home.
It's a
Yeah.
home. Okay, yeah, okay. I see. Hmm. Yeah, so
So
discussion.
my only suggestion would be, I don't know whether the 33 and 3-inch setback of the building from the north property line is dictated by the major streets and routes plan or any other setbacks on the city's perspective. But you could slide the whole building to the north, maybe center it on the property and get your parking on the south. With maybe a parking space that could slide up behind it to the west of the building. And then with respect to the front of the building, we'd like to see, and I know some of your neighbors have tall block walls, and they probably built them when historical review was not occurring for a while. We tend to like to see the front of your building because that's part of the nature of our historic district. And so both parking and a wall are things that we discourage.
Okay. I mean, I'm not objective on having to access from the alley. That'll save us going through the transportation and doing a curb cut. So, I mean, accessing through the alley is okay with me. I'll confirm with the owner, but then, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking is then I'll just shift it up to the north and then create parking here in the south end. But it'll still have, and then we'll do an access just from here to the tenant up to on the far north side. So it'll be a sidewalk that comes down.
Yeah.
Then we can just leave this all vegetated in yard area.
Yeah.
That is a little bit more consistent with the rest of the development zone.
How long has that lot been empty?
Oh, decades.
Yeah,
As
Yeah,
long as
that I'm
I've been
not
in
sure.
Tucson.
yeah,
And in fact, it's not on there wasn't a building on it for the historic inventory.
Right, that's kind of where I was heading with it
Yeah.
is, it's adding value to the neighborhood rather than detracting from it.
yeah. It's great to have this lot activated, especially given where it is with respect to Anza. So I don't want to make this like too hard on your client, but also your client may not actually, in the end of the day, want an alley, or I'm sorry, driveway that's shooting straight into Anza.
I think
Yeah, I think the biggest potential roadblock is going to be because it is off of Speedway. 7th isn't a huge like is it artillery?
Figure
Not
out. Yeah,
artillery.
truly.
Yeah,
It's a local street.
So you're going to want to talk to site engineering right away to see what their like corner view triangle is to see how far up you can move the
right.
property or the building.
Yeah.
The site visibility. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that. So I'm fine with that one. It's at 20 by 165. So it's like, it would be like cutting across here.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's really
yeah,
fine.
so you should, okay, then we'd have the room. That was my, I know I've had a wall that was on Speedway and Euclid that we had to really make sure we kept that visibility,
Exactly, yeah.
so.
Yeah, and I
And we
kind of
also-
thought the wall was there for more sound mitigation, also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's, yeah. I would prefer,
Alex,
I-
I think you may need to check with zoning because it's a duplex, you may be required to show on-site parking, not street.
Well, he has
Well, I-
four
I think
spots
we're
right
talking-
now. But they're on 7th. I mean, so technically though, that's what's kind of tricky about this is that the address is Speedway. So 7th Street isn't actually the front,
It's a side. It's a side
it's
street.
the side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but then the way the house is oriented, 7th is the front. So it's kind of like up for interpretation.
Yeah, but
Um,
so Richard, when you are on the corner street, the applicant decide,
They get to pick.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
choose either way to be as the front of the property.
Hmm.
So based on the way he's designing this, it looks like 7th Street, 7th Avenue is actually the front.
Well, the narrative claims that the parking is in the front of the building.
Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't move the building to the north towards Speedway and you just had them pull straight on and off from the alley, you could probably even fit more spaces
Yeah,
just straight along that edge and then get some sort of yard on one side or the other, or both.
You're gonna want to have a gate for the parking in that neighborhood.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you are. I think you are. And, you know, obviously you're not asking for that in this drawing, but just something to take back to your client.
Yeah.
There's security concerns that we all appreciate, and although, you've got to, I think if I'm reading the drawing correctly, you want to put a stucco wall around the entire, a CMU wall around the entire property, and I mean, I'm okay with 6 foot, with a stucco wall facing Speedway, given the way you've oriented this thing. On the 7th part, again, kind of deferring to discussion from the board, we would normally say that needs to be more like a wrought iron fence. 6 foot is okay, given the security issues, but
yeah. Well, I think normally how we would kind of treat it was basically anything from this point forward would be considered like front yard.
yeah.
And then anything that way would be considered like backyard. So if you were to do some sort of more see-through on the red side, because that is what we're calling the front of the property, and then you could do a solid wall on the other side
Where the green is.
where the green is, correct?
Okay.
So I guess considering the site orientations and things, do we want to have him come back? Or do we want to make a motion based on, I think there's kind of a lot of questions still in the
Yeah,
air.
this is a case where, Alex, I think it's in your best interest, to, ask for a continuance and come back and show us something that incorporates these comments before you spend time going up to the next level and then maybe have to come back and do another, you know, pay another fee for doing another review. Because I do think what we've got right now has got enough ambiguity. We could write a bunch of stuff down, but I think we'd have to see it again to be comfortable, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it was just the door and window notes, it would be one thing, but I think the site issue and having parking in the front is just not really, it doesn't follow the guidelines well enough.
Right, at all.
And there's
Yeah.
too many options to go forward, so I think
Right.
seeing the fencing type, fencing location.
Okay, understood.
So if the board chooses to go that way and Alex is accepting for a continuance, my suggestion would be for the board to give him clear and concise direction when you're coming back. Here are the things that we want to see X, Y, Z. So Alex will redesign based on your direction and he'll come back with that.
Yeah, I concur. Okay, so let me just
Summarize.
summarize a little bit, and then maybe somebody could help me with a motion here. I think we need to go to the door, or I'm sorry, the window schedule and just specify clad wood, casement or single hung or double hung windows, just whatever your client's comfortable with. And then on the bathrooms, whatever you want, if it's a, you know, an awning or nothing or whatever they want, just, you know, call that all out. If it's a window, it needs to be considered our guidelines, which is to say that it needs to be wood or clad wood or steel. I think I'm okay with the asphalt shingle, stucco finish. The doors on the front doors, well, actually on all the doors, quite honestly, whatever decorative.
Hold on, I'm
thing-
sorry to cut you off, Rick.
Yeah,
Just considering the location, you might want to consider bars on the windows too, and that is something we would want to see.
Oh,
So that
yeah,
should be
if
a
you-
conversation to have with your client.
yeah. Thank you, Rachel. That's a good point.
Okay, yeah, I can ask them.
Yeah, because that is another thing that you have to come back to us for, is if you want to put bars on, then. And in that, given where you are, I think we'd be okay with it. We just need to see that.
Yeah, they're especially being off of Speedway directly.
Well, it's not just
Right,
Speedway.
being
it's-
between the
park.
park and the Circle K is a probably
Yeah.
pretty high traffic route.
Yeah.
Would security doors fall into that as well?
If you're gonna do security doors, then they need to be called out as well. Yes, thank you, Greg. So your client needs to really kind of think through all those little design details, because they all fall into, you know, the exterior appearance of the building, which is what we're actually really talking about.
Right, I get you. Okay,
And we all get where it is, so we'll help you, but whatever you want to do, you need to tell us. So we can just say yes. You know, that's what you want, is us to say yes. And then the whole site plan, you know, I think you heard the discussion there. I think, you know, having cars parked in what you're calling the front, which it looks like you're calling the 7th Avenue the front, is prohibited by the guidelines. So whether you have to, you know, shift the building and do all the parking on the south, or whatever you think you want to do, just come back and show us what that is.
yeah, that's all I'm doing.
And then to Rachel's point on the fencing for security purposes, we typically want to see, as she drew, the fencing that's from the front corner of the property, of the building, I'm sorry, not property, the building, to the street, and then along the street, and then back to the front corner on the other side, to be 50% transparent. So from the street, you could see the building, but it can be a security fence. It can be, you know, whatever you guys feel is appropriate from that point of view. It just needs to be something where someone walking by can see the building, and the rest of it, 6-foot CMU is fine.
Got it. Okay.
All right, and
Yeah,
then,
there's
you know,
actually a house that's like 2 doors down where they have masonry at the bottom and then wrought iron up above at the front, and then just masonry at the back half. And that's a good example of sort of the pattern we're looking at.
Got it.
okay. So that all makes sense. Somebody volunteered to put that into a,
Just a quick, I'm prepared to make a motion. Do I move that we continue the item?
yes, we're gonna
Okay.
move, we continue it, so he
Okay.
doesn't have
All
to
right.
come back and
Yes.
reapply.
All right, so I'm prepared to make a motion.
Okay.
Alex,
Jim, go.
Alex, you're okay with the continuation, right?
Correct. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, I move we continue this item and that the applicant address, number one, the windows, and that they follow the design guidelines as clad, wood, single or double hung, picture or awning windows. Two, that the applicant consider bars and security doors as utilizing the guidance in the design guidelines. Three, that the doors again comply with the design guidelines and either be panel doors or include windows, as Rick noted. Four, that the walls be in conformance with the design guidelines as Rachel showed with the wrought iron being from the northwest corner extension of the west face around to the west and to the south, and then back to the east to the again the west face of the window with the wrought iron, and the rest can be 6-foot CMU. That the parking be moved to the south with the site plan reflecting the walls and parking as I just stated.
Thank you, Jim. So we have a motion. Do I have a second?
This is Spetnagel. I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Lou. I have a motion. I have a second. Any discussion?
Rick, I was thumbing through the design guidelines after you made the comment about the door, and it does say, you know, panels on the door and windows are both accepted, so that's why I included that in my motion. So,
No, I actually made note of that. Thank you.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Hearing no discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye, Jim Glock.
Aye.
Aye.
Rachel. And Lou, did you say aye?
I said aye.
Okay, all
Hello.
right. Yep, sorry. Just make sure I got everybody. Okay, all right, Alex, any
Thank you,
other,
Alex.
any other
Say aye.
questions? You good?
Nope, I'm good. I got what I needed.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right, thanks, guys. You too.
So, Alice, once you revise this and you resubmit, let me know so we can schedule you as quickly as we can.
That'd be great. All right. Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Okay, item 5B, SD 12224-00130, 833 North 4th Avenue. And Mark, I believe you're speaking to that one?
Yes.
I've made you the co-host, Matt, so you can share your screen.
Okay. This is my first time using Zoom. So is my screen shared now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Mark. I'm representing my dad. He owns the property. If you see on your screen, this is the development zone for the property, and the structure that this application is focused on is the back structure. I'll show you the aerial picture. It's the back structure here. It's a non-contributing structure, and I'll show you what we're. Sorry. We're proposing to change to install wood single hung windows, all the same size on the east side of the house, and to do any stucco repairs as necessary and patches to match the existing color and texture. And in regards to the colors of the window, we're proposing to do the same color as the front house, which is brown, or any color that you recommend. And the same thing for the west side of the house. We're proposing to install 3 wood single hung windows in the back, just like this. and also to do any necessary stucco patches or repairs to match the existing texture and color. That's pretty much everything we're proposing.
So let me bring to the attention of the board that this project is before you because the windows that are existing are vinyl windows, and apparently the new property owner bought this property, I think, with those windows already there. And they are actually currently in zoning violation. So they are coming before you to provide this, take out the vinyl window and provide the appropriate windows by West University, and also to use this review as a way to abate the pending zoning violation.
Exactly what he said.
Everyone realizes that the front portion of this non-contributing structure was relocated to this site from the parking lot that
The church.
existed prior to the El Rio medical building.
Right.
And used to house the WUNA office and the tool library that John Kromko operated, for those of you who are longtime Tucsonans.
Exactly. Actually, I got a contact with the church to get the story on this house. It had multiple usages. They said at one point it used to be a community tool sharing facility. Sometimes it even
Yep.
housed scouts, Boy Scouts, when they visited. And at one point they said it also had some kind of a pet shop or something of that sort. That's what they told me. They looked in the archive. They were very helpful to give
Yeah.
me the whole story about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a storied history.
Yeah,
Um,
I was interested because the proportions are definitely more historic than not. So I was like, oh, I'm surprised this isn't contributing, but now that makes sense.
Yeah, it was
Um,
contributing until it got
yeah.
moved.
Got it. Yeah, those are definitely more sort of barrio dimensions than what we
Right.
normally see. So, I mean, I think that's great. I'm glad to see wood windows go in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In regards to the color, again, whatever you prefer. If you don't want the same color as the front house, which is brown, any color you
don't-
propose.
We're fine. We really don't have any purview over color in the first place, but I think what you're proposing is fine.
Okay. That pretty much covers everything we're proposing.
Michael, does this address all the zoning issues?
It does.
Okay.
Okay.
The zoning
I
was
can make
just
a
for the
motion.
windows, the doors.
The
Okay.
doors, well, we're not changing the doors. They were the original doors to the building. We haven't we're just the windows and the stucco. That's what we're addressing. We
Yep.
haven't yeah.
Should
All
be
right.
good.
Yep. Rachel, you were going to make a motion? Rachel, were you going to make a motion?
Oh, is she frozen?
Uh-oh, you're frozen. Rachel. Hmm.
Oh, are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'm at home tonight rather than at my office, and my husband started the car and my phone connected to that. So I lost everything for a minute.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
That's
what's
a good
going
one.
on? So hope you guys heard some exciting little boys in the backseat of a truck, but
No,
I
we
think
didn't.
it was the other way. I think he heard us saying,
they probably
Rachel,
just heard you guys.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. He probably realized he needed to back up and go. Yeah, so
Uh-oh, he came back.
Okay. Somebody else make a motion.
I will move to accept the plan as proposed.
I'll second the motion.
I'm back again.
Okay, well, we've already proposed, so now you can just agree with us. Jim motion to approve as proposed and Lou second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Jim Glock, aye.
All right, Rachel. Rachel. Okay, well, so I've got. I'm going to say Rachel.
Rachel's left the meeting.
Rachel's left the meeting. So, all right, I've got everyone but Rachel saying yes. So it's
6:42. I just see his back. Muted.
Are you there, Rachel?
Yes, I'm here. I had to
Okay.
move to the other side of the house.
Oh, I see.
That's
Okay.
all right.
So everyone has said yes except for you.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Okay, good.
Hi.
Aye. All
Sorry.
right. There we go. Perfect. Okay, Mark. Thank you. Good
Thank you
luck.
so much. Thank you, Mr. Taku. Appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now let's move back to item 4 on the agenda. So we lost a member, Damon, here last month. And I asked Michael to come back and give us a sense of where we are with respect to whether we have anybody on the board currently that's in danger of timing out, and then have a brief discussion on how we kind of start maybe getting some ideas on building that membership a little bit, because I don't want us to, go away, fade and go away. So maybe Michael, where are we in terms of board tenure limitations?
I can just look at the roster if you just give me a minute. I
Yeah.
did not look at it before now, but I can quickly look at the roster to tell you where everybody maybe timing out. Sorry about that.
What are our term limits?
You can do 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
I feel like I'm probably getting fairly close to that.
Yeah, and I kind of feel the same way. Maybe not, but guess-
I think you came on really shortly after I did, so you're
yeah,
probably
I think so
close to
too.
that.
So I just had this anxiety. You may remember, some of us may remember a couple years ago where we had a surprise at Christmas where we all got letters from the clerk's office kind of kicking us all up, a number of us off the board. And I just don't want that to happen again on December 31st. Because I think we couldn't even meet in January.
Oh shit. I have Rick is expiring in 2027.
Ooh, okay.
Lou expires in 2027. Craig expires in 2027. Jim expires in 2027. And Richard will expire in 2026.
Now, when you say
Michael, I'm
2020,
not, I haven't served 8 years in 2027. That's my first term, so I have
Yeah,
another
that's your
term.
first time you will be renewed. They're just talking about what I have here as an expiration
okay.
date.
So when
So if this is your second year, then that would be the end. If this is your first year, your first term ends in 2027.
So can you tell what you're looking at? Like for myself?
I know
just
this
using-
is my second term.
I think
So
this is
is that
my
at the
second
beginning
term.
of 26 or is it?
Okay. I have so let me tell you what I'm looking at. Rick was appointed in 2024. Might have been a reappointment, but I have the appointment date for 1/9/2024, expiring in 12/31/2027.
So it's 12/31, okay. But
So
I think the
I don't
24 was by second term.
Rick, you've taken a year off and returned, haven't you?
No, I have not.
Well,
I
I
may-
can't believe that. I mean, Barbara remembers being on the board with you.
No, I was never on the board with Barbara.
Oh,
No,
huh. Okay,
no,
well then her
no.
memory
Rick-
failed her. So
Rick was not.
No,
Okay.
Barbara was gone by the time I got on board.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah,
think
was gonna
Rachel
say,
was
so
there before
I
me.
started my firm in 2017 and got on the board around that time. So
Yeah.
that would put me, and it's 2 4-year terms.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think I joined the board right at the beginning of the pandemic, which would be 2020.
I
Uh,
can send, what I'll do is I'll send an email to the board, to the boards and commission, to city clerk, so they can better clarify these term limits for everybody.
Yeah,
I
that's kind of
apologize
what
for,
I was hoping to get at is when are we really like done and can't renew? And I think Rachel and I are not going to be able to renew without taking a whatever 1 year, 3 year absence. But it sounds like we're good through all of
but
next
Mr.
year.
Good,
Go say hi.
we're good through all of next, Richard will come out on June 3rd, 2026.
Okay. So I basically have 7 months.
Oh, June, you said June 3rd?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay. So thank you. And if you could just verify, Michael, taken as an action to go with the clerk's office and just, I think I'm on my second. So when I'm done, I'm done. Just
I will
like that.
find out.
Yeah.
I'll find out and let you know.
Right. So I am concerned, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it in this meeting, but I do want us to kind of start pondering this. You know, Rachel's the only architect we have on the board right now.
We need
And-
one, yep.
And we really value very much her counsel and advice and professional opinion. When she turns into a pumpkin on June 3rd, she can't renew. It's my understanding. I mean, I think you can take a time off and come back, but nonetheless, we'll be without anybody with actual professional architectural experience.
So what we probably can do is if we get to that time and we do not have any other architect ready to get on the board, we can talk to the city clerk and see whether they can allow her to continue to serve until they get a replacement for her because she's in the special category qualification.
So that's good to know. In fairness to Rachel, she may want to do that and she may not want to do that. We're
Yeah,
kinda
that's up to her if she
Yeah,
wants to.
I'm open to stay. I am
okay.
curious, what is the if I were to take time off and come back and start serving, is there a time frame for that?
It should be in our bylaws. Let me see if I can scare them up.
There,
Okay.
yes, is the answer, by
Okay.
the way, because were he still here, we could bring Marcellus back at this point.
Right.
Or we could have
You
Wuna
could-
pay to send Greg to architecture school.
Have you thought of reaching out to Marcellus? I know he's over in DC, but there's no reason he couldn't be part of the board from a
No,
distance,
I
right?
mean,
I don't live in the neighborhood. So
Does
You
he
have
own
contact?
property in the, does he own property in the neighborhood?
no.
His parents do.
He may.
he
does
doesn't
it?
own property.
But
he
they
doesn't.
do, yeah, but you don't own property in the neighborhood either.
I
Rachel.
don't either. I don't.
Yeah,
But
And-
he's
and
also
Darcy
not
didn't either.
technically, he's not
Yeah.
licensed though.
Oh, he's not licensed anymore?
He's not licensed.
That complicates.
That does complicate things.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, how many architects do we have on the Wuna resource list?
I'd have to check. I don't
We could
ask
go to
for,
those.
I don't ask for, I don't ask for people's professions. I could certainly
Um,
send, but I have 300 people on my email list. I can.
No,
send-
no, I meant on the actual published WUNA list where you have handy people and carpenters. I thought there was an
Oh, yeah,
architect or
very
two on
few.
there.
Yeah, in fact, they're the ones we see all the time, Bill and Bob.
would Bill consider doing that?
Uh, I don't know. Bill might. It's not a huge lift.
Bill, what's his
Mackey.
last- Mackey, thank you. I
I
guess, guys, I kind of
I
feel
don't see
like,
bylaws. I do see, I don't see term limits. It says, terms of office, term of each member of an advisory board is 4 years expiring on December 31st of the fourth year. Members are eligible for reappointment. It doesn't say
I'm pretty sure the clerk's office has a,
Different
Term limit.
rule.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
I'm
find out and let you know.
okay. So Michael's gonna do that. I think,
I'll just put it out there that I'm open to staying. I
so
don't
that's,
need to leave. So if you can't find somebody, I have no intention of
running
going
away.
anywhere for a while anyways.
Good, good. I think though that, given that we're down to 5, it's probably in our best interest collectively to start, figuring out a campaign here. And it sounds to me like we've got time, especially if Rachel's willing to stay past June, which sounds like she is, and Michael's saying that there are exceptions that allow that to happen. So we don't need to, panic or anything, but I do think we need to be kind of starting to recruit, and even if it's just getting more neighbors involved. I've tried a couple times at our
annual
January,
meeting.
and I got a lot of people interested, and they all within about a month or two petered out, like a remarkable spike, and then so maybe there's another way to kind of persuade folk. But I think we all realize what an important function we serve, and it'd be nice to have some more folks in the pipeline, because sooner or later, we're all going to time out. And even if we don't time out, we're going to move away, or we're going to, whatever it is. And I can't expect every one of you guys to be committed to 8 years or more. We just need to get some more volunteers.
You must be off the board for 1 year.
One,
After your
okay.
eight.
I think that's what Michael had said. I didn't
Yeah,
remember.
no, I just checked on the boards and
Yeah.
commissions website. So.
Yeah. Well, I think some of you may be aware that a couple of the other advisory boards had gotten down to like 2 people briefly, and it's problematic when that happens. So nothing other than I'm glad to hear that we don't have an imminent danger, especially if since Rachel's willing to stay past June. But in the coming year, we need to kind of start.
Well, I think we
Sure.
also need to, because Michael said, right, Michael, you wanted to make sure I could stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't know for sure if I can or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
want to tell you,
It's
we
not just up
need
to me.
Yeah.
It'll be up to you and up to what we will put a case for
Mike,
that. And the
I
other
guess-
thing I want to say, Mr. Joe, is even when your term peters out and you still want to serve, you can be as an advisory member, you can be a non-voting member. You
Mm.
still participate in project discussion and stuff like that. It's just you cannot vote
right.
if you
And-
choose to.
And by extension of not voting, it also means you don't count toward a quorum.
No, you don't.
And see, and that was gonna be my other concern, is because I do have projects that come through. And so when
Right.
I have to recuse myself, as our board numbers dwindle, that gets harder and harder to do, so.
I'm just noticing, do you have like little star?
Yes, I'm in my
patterns?
son's room. There's like a laser show going on.
I
That
love
changes
that.
colors
That's
and,
wonderful.
yeah, it's a
your
little
your
star
son's
scape.
room. Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is my room that I
Well,
go and
I mean,
chill in.
The thinking room.
To
Yes.
Rachel's point, all of us have times when, she's got professional reasons why she has to recuse herself. From time to time, one of us has to recuse ourselves because it's our project, or we travel, or whatever. And so we've remarkably in the past few years, I don't remember a time when we've not been able to get a quorum. We've been very fortunate in that regard, and there have been other boards that have been unable to do that. But we're getting to where I've just got a little bit of anxiousness about that. And there's enough work to be done in our neighborhood where I'd like to not have us, because we can't get a quorum, or don't have the right expertise to slow the process down. The process is already, got enough speed bumps in it. We shouldn't be one of them. So, yeah, if you could, Michael, take those actions and understand where our hard points are, and then you all could just take an action to start. Let's brainstorm. How do we get another person? 1, 2,
Yeah.
and honestly, it would be great to have another professional architect
Planner. Yeah.
on the board. I mean, really, we non-architects really, 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 really value what you bring a lot.
So just another thing, Michael, the board makeup does ask for residents versus professionals, and if you could indicate what each member's specialty
Status is, yeah.
is in our as you provide us with when our expiration dates are, so we know whom to recruit.
Okay.
We're allowed to have 8 of each, by the way, I think. So it's, or
I
some
think there's
large.
like a percentage though, like you can't
It's
top load it one way or the other.
1/3 of whatever.
Yeah, it's 1/3,
category.
Yeah.
1/3, 1/3. And I
Also-
think it's,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead, Rachel.
I was gonna say, also I was thinking about it, and so Marcellus doesn't have his license, his architecture license, but he did get some sort of certification or qualification with national parks on historic preservation. So that might qualify him still as a professional.
So I
Having
can
some sort
tell
of-
you the category that you have now. We have Reed as a property owner. We have Lou as a resident. We have Craig as a resident. We have Jim as a special qualification. We have Richard as a special qualification.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think we're not up against any limit, right? All those categories.
No, you're not. You're nowhere close to the limit.
Right, yeah, right. So Rachel, is Marcellus's email the same as it was before? Do you know his contact?
It should be. I haven't talked to him recently, but I have talked to his mom recently.
Oh.
So I can double check. I can double check with her, but I'm sure it's still like Rusk at Hotmail something.
Yeah.
So if you have the one
Yeah.
that's Hotmail, I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the Hotmail one. So I don't mind taking a shot and just reaching out and saying, hey, and see what he's up to. But let's really take this as best we can. I mean, we have enough things going on in our lives, but this is important to all of us. We wouldn't be here. Rusk13@hotmail.com. So I have that.
Okay.
Okay. And Michael, when you get a chance, just, let us know. You can
Oh, I'll
just
do.
bring it up. Okay.
Well, no. Let's sooner than later, please. Don't wait till February.
No, actually, I was kind of hoping that maybe you could either, actually, the best thing, if you don't mind, this is not normally what I ask you to do. Could you just, in the next week or two, just send an email to the board and say, here's what I learned?
Sure,
Okay.
I can do that.
Instead of waiting for the next meeting, it doesn't need to be an agenda topic. I think we just need to know. Okay.
Sure, I'll let you know.
Okay. And then staff updates. So we're done with that topic, I think. Uh, So Desiree's not here right now. I think I think all of you were here last time. She sent me a marked up version of the design guides with comments from staff. And, you know, I opened those up and I had the opportunity to look at all of them. There's not that many of them. However, a slight complicating thing, which is not a big deal that I'll take care of, is that I sent to her in July 8th, a Word document that was the consolidated, incorporated version that we all agreed on. The comments that she had staff, the document that she had staff look at was the version of the document that we sent to PRS many months earlier. So it's not the same document, unfortunately. So it's not as simple as taking our last version, which we had clarifications and incorporations and deletions and whatnot. It was the version that was prior to that PRS had been given by us. And Jim and I met with PRS twice. So there were part A and a part B. And somehow or another, that's what Desiree had city staff look at. So I am going to, and I just went ahead and I printed the whole damn thing out here. And I'm just going to go page by page through the thing with a pencil. The city staff comments are to markups and other things that I can just correlate to our final version. It's just going to take a little bit of just flipping page by page with a pencil and incorporating all of it. I did a quick flip through and most of the comments are benign. I think I told you guys the last time we were together that I would tell you what they are very succinctly in summary form. And if there's any that I think require discussion, we'd have a discussion. And so we'll do that at our next meeting. But I need a couple hours to go through this stuff and summarize it and mark it up. But that's kind of where we are right now. And then I'll mark up our version, the latest version, and God help me, we'll be done. And then it goes to mayor and council.
Thanks for doing that, Rick.
What's that?
I said, thanks for doing all that.
Well, like all of you, I'm like, I really want to be done with this.
You're invested in its being done.
I know,
Yes.
I know. It can't be my legacy that I get timed out and I never got this done. So it's not, the comments are, like I said, mostly benign, and it's to a version of the document that's not radically different than the one we marked up. So I just need to clean it all up, and I don't need to bother any of you guys with it. And I didn't see anything that we need to bring up for discussion, but if I do, then we'll talk about it at the next meeting. And regardless, at the next meeting, I will give you a summary of, there were 42 comments and they were all changing happy to glad, and we don't even need to talk about it anymore because I don't think any of us want to talk about it anymore. And then I'll work with Desiree and Michael on how to get it in front of mayor and council, because I believe, Michael, from there it goes to mayor and council, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's enough on that topic. Any other staff updates, Michael?
Yeah, I just want to, I believe we are all aware on behalf of the city, I want to announce the passing of the Plan Tucson by the voters in November. And we are excited about it. So, and also want to thank any other person who participated in any way or form to make this Plan Tucson 2025 a success. I know there were so many public meetings. Some of you might have attended some of them. And so thankful for all your input, but it finally passed. So we are happy about that.
Good.
We will be looking forward to the implementation of the plan.
Has there been any looking at the implementation of that plan bumped up against historic districts and ADUs and those things?
Yeah, all that is going to be considered.
And some
We-
of that's reflected, by the way, Lou, in the comments that we got to our guidelines.
Fair.
There wasn't anything that changed anything, but there are little
References to that.
references to that. Yeah, thank you. Or language changes, like semantic things. And then, Michael, does the Historic Preservation Office have its third person on board now?
Yeah, we actually have the Historic Preservation Office has moved from just myself to we are actually 4 staff in the Historic Preservation Office
4?
now.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we have Desiree, who is the Historic Preservation Officer. There is myself. There is Jason, and then there is Jonathan. But Jonathan is doing more of cultural clearance and archaeology and things like that. He's not into a design review. So for a design review, you'll be seeing myself, Jason, and Desiree.
Desiree.
Yes.
But still, the work that had previously been done for some time just by you, and then you and Desiree, now you've got 2 other folks.
Yes.
Okay,
Technically, yes.
that's good. Okay.
We're still a little bit behind, but I believe before the end of this year, we are going to catch up with a lot of service improvement and process improvements that we have done. It's helping us to catch up a little bit quicker. For example, I think I said this before. Minor review used to be I will find time to arrange with Rick or with Joe, with the property owner, we go to the field and all that kind of stuff. So what we are actually doing now is we just get minor reviews and send to some member of the advisory board to take a look at it and give us their comments. For West University, Richard has been very helpful. Rick has been very helpful on that. So we really not going to the field or organizing Zoom meeting. We are basically doing a review of the plans because some of these things are pretty much straightforward. Richard will just look at it and say, hey, this one is straightforward, or we need this, and then we'll get back to the applicant and say, can you please provide this, and we move forward. So that has helped to move the minor reviews much quicker than they used to be. I'm hoping that before the end of this year, we should be able to catch up and start the new year from a fresh start. But most of the cases in the Historic Preservation Office, about 80% of the cases come from West University.
80%?
Yes, about that. Either as full review or minor reviews. So every procedure may have one or two cases for a whole year. So,
That's why those boards are not fully staffed.
And it's why we need to stay fully staffed. That's remarkable. I would not have guessed that.
Go get
Okay.
some of their architects.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
bunch of architects in that board. They have like 50, almost like 12 board members. So
Wow.
yeah, but
Wow.
but you guys are doing a great job with just 5 of you, and then the number
You're
of
doing a
cases
great job.
Yeah, you are doing a great job, honestly. Since we're getting towards the end of the year, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you all for all you have done. You have helped me as a lone person. You have helped us now as a group. So together we are working and making this work. And I think the comments that I hear from applicants, when they go to WUSAP, they get good treatment, the review is fair, the review is fast, and the review is very transparent, which is very good.
No, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. I'm sure we all like to know that it's appreciated.
Yeah, that's what the applicants tell us, so they don't come to you, sure. For example, today, Jim have had me talking with Mark before the review. He was just kind of nervous. This is his first time of actually way before he bought. I think he left very happy. So you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for that. I have two other quick things on staff updates myself. One is just an FYI to everybody on the board. For those of you that haven't seen it, Joel Ireland's properties are getting addressed now. Their core engineering is there. They're putting in the foundation stuff. I saw, trucks of CMU block to build up the foundation. So if you have an opportunity to go by and look at it, they're finally getting off top dead center and doing something about those 5 historic homes. So that's good. And that just started yesterday, I think. And then just a quick thing I want to run by everybody. I have a form that I need to submit to the clerk's office by the end of the year, declaring whether we are a public body that meets as required virtually or a public body that meets in person or in hybrid meeting format. And I got to actually sign something and send it in. I think and I have to do A or B, and I think it's really A. We're virtual.
It's virtual, yes.
Yeah.
I would
and
not be able to continue if we couldn't do virtual.
If we couldn't
so.
do it, and I think we're all kind of
Yeah.
used to it, and we make it work. And I think that's what we need to do. I just want to get everybody to nod their head and say, that's yes, Rick, sign the form that way. So
Yes.
I love seeing everybody in person when I can, trust me, but I think from a technical point of view, we'll say virtual.
Absolutely. Do we have to specify our meeting date?
Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Just a meeting
The
format.
the requirement is that we meet as required, and which we do, and that the meeting be posted on the city's website, blah, 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 so many days,
Yeah.
5 days prior to the meeting, blah, all the things we do that Michael
Okay.
takes care of for us. So
Yeah.
there's no, it's just, do we declare that we're virtual? And I think we declare we're virtual. Okay,
Yeah, but Mr. Chair, even though you're all virtual, but if it comes to a time where the board so feels that they want to meet in person, you can let us know. We can still schedule an in-person meeting.
yeah, and the language in here, I wasn't gonna bore all of you, allows us that flexibility. But I think we want to maintain the flexibility that we're virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's it on item 6. Item 7, future agenda items. Anything, Michael, you want to bring up?
Yes, we do have in December, we are going to have a meeting. I have one, you continued one case today. So if Alex were to revise the plans and they're ready, you'll see him next month. We are having another review for 605 East 4th Avenue, stroke 710 North 2nd Avenue, which is still going to be presented by Alex. That one is also another case of zoning violation for windows, some staircase, some stucco, things that have been done without going through the review process.
Okay.
So it's
You're
coming
saying
back
that's
to you. for
710
compliance.
North 2nd?
Yes, stroke 605 East 4th Avenue.
Oh, that's the violation one, is 605 East 4th?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
So if Alex can wrap up all what you told him today and submit, then there'll be the 2 cases next month. If not, that will be the single case that I have now that is ready.
okay. All right, thank you.
And we have done a couple of minor reviews, and I think Richard has actually done all of those. So we just keep working on this.
Thank you, Rachel.
No problem. They're easy when it's email.
Yeah, that's a big process improvement. I'm very happy that we're doing that. It sounds like, Rachel,
Well-
you are too. It just makes things so much easier. Okay, all right, with that, It is 7:16 and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Happy
Thanks.
Thanksgiving,
See you all next
everyone.
month.
No,
See you
happy
next month.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving to you all.
Gobble,
Bye.
gobble.
Yeah. Black Friday,
Bye,
get
all.
out there, buy that TV before the tariffs hit. So.
See you later.